It's been 2 years since we began our journey through the authorship issues of the New Testament. In that time, we've seen that as a whole, the evidence for the New Testament is equal to or better than that of ancient secular documents. To round things off, we're going to do a bit of comparative study, referring to a few of the New Testament documents that are almost universally acclaimed to be authentic. Then we'll dig out the arguments of a fringe critic who says that they're not, and make some comparisons. These epistles of Paul represent all that is left for us to cover in this series. They're almost universally regarded as authentic letters of Paul. Indeed, the evidence is considered so strong that some scholarly commentaries don't even bother to discuss their authorship. Or if they do, the discussion features comments like these. The sentiments these scholars express about these letters are almost universal. Yes, I said almost. No, that's not Jamie from Mythbusters. This fellow's name is Herman Detering. He's one of those wacko fringe scholars who thinks that these letters aren't authentic. What's funny, though, is that when you look at his arguments for this, you find that they're just as strained as most of the arguments against the other parts of the New Testament. Let's consider a few of them as samples. Here you go, Herman. Give him your best shot. Sure. That's one that was FedEx direct to you from the land of derp. Okay, what's next? You know what the real pretense is, Herman? Thinking you can get away with this kind of argument without doing any homework. Care to try again? I think we should put our reply in big letters too, so you can understand it. And maybe crayon also. Alright, I'll give you one more as a bonus. That's just what I expect from a guy like you who thinks a cat sat on a mat is fine poetry. So that's been your chance, Herman. I guess Mounts was right, eh? In conclusion, a couple of points to take from this. First, it is always possible, using any sort of contrivance, to argue against even a firmly held consensus position. Second, when we compare Dettering's arguments against the authenticity of letters like Galatians and Romans to arguments used against the authenticity of other New Testament material, it's clear that he's not as fringe as he seems to be when it comes to the methods he uses to argue for inauthenticity. In the end, most of the arguments are, like his, poorly informed or contrived, which leaves the burden fully on critics who deny the authenticity of the New Testament.
Woo-hoo-ha!